Making a statement here that I am an idiot. So throughout this review, I say the word Bagley when I meant to say Michelinie for the writer. So it's David Michelinie, hopefully I'm saying his name right, and not Mark Bagley, who is the artist on the next run. So I'm very sorry. So anytime you hear me say Bagley, I do mean David. I'm not redoing this whole review because it took too long, but I am an idiot. I am so sorry. And yeah, you can crucify me in the comments below if you like. But anyway, enjoy the review. Alright guys, we're back with another Spidey review, and if you've been watching my channel a while, you might realize that I really like the Bagley and McFarlane Omnibus that came out before this. It takes place right before it. It was really enjoyable. I was really surprised how much I liked it. So I was pretty excited to jump into the Bagley and Larsen Omnibus. And with this, we have the Amazing Spider-Man 287, 324, 327, 329 to 350, so that's a chunk of this. Spider-Man 15, Spider-Man 18, Spider-Man 21 to 23, Amazing Spider-Man 19 to 21, and Marvel Presents 48 to 50, and Spider-Man 19 to 20. And so this run, or book I should say, you can tell it kind of jumps around a little, but the main portion of this book, the beef of it, is 329 to 350, and that's kind of the best part of this book. When we get the continuation of what we got with Bagley and McFarlane, it's at its best. So it's just kind of this slice of life, Peter Parker going around beating up bad guys. And that's what it is. If you're more into the laid-back Spider-Man kind of villain of the week type stuff, this is going to work because Bagley just keeps increasing the overall feeling of Peter and MJ's marriage, that they're trying to balance it with him being a superhero. On top of that, they return Venom a lot, and Venom is actually really fun here, as always, because this is basically their creation. This is Bagley's main creation, and Venom is a freaky deaky, I'll tell you right now. He really doesn't like Peter and wants to eat his skull, so it's a lot of fun when he returns on screen. I also really like the Sinister Six here. I thought that was the big appeal during this run, and that storyline here is actually really good. It's a lot of fun, and it has this kind of 90s comic but also TV feel to it. I don't know if you guys watched the Spider-Man TV show in the 90s like I did. That felt the most like that, so I really appreciated that. Now, saying that, though it is a big chunk of the book, there's a lot of other stuff that's sprinkled after it, and that's Spider-Man, which is kind of McFarlane's creation, but he left the book and then Erik Larsen took over for a little while. That is the worst part of this book. Listen, Erik Larsen, really solid artist. I really like what he does here. I like Venom's mouth being more distorted, bigger, more teeth, more vicious. He looks like more of a monster. I really like Spider-Man, how he's drawn here. Very kind of sleek and thin and all that, but I gotta say, man, writing wise, not too hot. It is pretty bad. The Spider-Man issues are really hard to get through. It's a lot of eternal monologue, kind of similar to McFarlane, where I think the artists kind of want to make a statement, but they kind of come across as someone like an Alan Moore, but without the depth. And I feel bad by saying that because I think these are great artists. I think McFarlane and Larsen are excellent artists when it comes to the art of these books. But when it comes to the writing of these books, I think both suffer really bad. And I think that sucks because this book has a good chunk that's great, but then you got these last 200-300 pages that are like, whew, hard to get through. Basically, at one point I was like, I don't know if I could read this anymore. I almost want to just skip it and look at the art because there's so much talking and it's so little adding to the story, and that's never fun for a comic fan because you want to embrace both the art and the dialogue and enjoy it as a mixed medium because that's what makes comics so special, and wasn't the case here. So yeah, I have to say that the big portion of this book is still great. I really did love the Bagley and Larsen stuff when Larsen was the artist and Bagley was the writer, but then came the end of the book, but it's like still like 200-300 pages, is not good, so it dragged it down considerably. So I was gonna give this a 3.5, but that last portion really did drag it down. I can't give it any higher than a 3, almost a 2.5, but I think back and I really did like the Sinister Six stuff and the Venom stuff, so it's gonna be a little higher. So 3 out of 5 for this one. Not quite as good as the last volume, but let's see what the last volume gives us with Michelinie and Bagley. And I really realized this whole freaking video, I just kept saying Bagley and Larsen like a fucking idiot because Bagley's not in this. So I'm going to make a little disclaimer in the beginning There's no way I'm redoing all this. So I'm an idiot. So anytime you hear me say Bagley, I mean David Michelinie. I am a fucking idiot. There's nothing else I can say. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button if you did. Hit that subscribe button if you love it. I got more stuff coming. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.